Hi everyone, so this is my first ever YouTube video and I've been on Booktok and Bookstagram for a while now. I've been putting YouTube off for a very long time, but I just had a really good reading month, so I really needed to yap about these books. So the first book I read was Dawn of the Cursed Queen by Amber Nicole, and this is the third book in the Gods and Monsters series. To be honest, this whole series was a 6-star for me, and at first the world building was a little bit too intense, but as the series progressed, it just kept getting better and better with each book, and this one was a 6-star. The FMC here is Diana, and she is my number one FMC now. She's so badass and fierce, and the FMC is Igmortan, and Igmortans are basically vampires and also dragon shifters, and they feed on blood and everything. This was my first ever urban fantasy, and to be honest, I thought I wouldn't like it because urban fantasy is just not really my thing, but I was proved wrong and I just really enjoyed this book. These books are thick. This one isn't as thick as the second book, but still these books are really long, but still you just get lost in this world. Okay, so the next book I read was Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, and this was so fun. This is the second book in the Wicked Game series, and the first one was Phantasma and I loved that, and it had paranormal beings. This has like 4 hierarchy of paranormal beings, and this was very fun. The FMC Genevieve was really sweet and adorable. The MMC was very broody, morally grey. This had games and trials which take place in a haunted mansion, but first book also had haunted mansions and games and trials, but still it felt really different from the first book. The story was completely different, and this also had fake marriage trope, which was just chef's kiss. I loved it. I never read fake marriage or marriage of convenience trope before, but this was done really well. The vibes were very gothic and I just loved everything gothic. Okay, so the next book I read was Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent, and I don't have a physical copy because I read it on my phone. Okay, so this was such a short novella. I think it was 200 pages, but still I felt so connected to the characters. The FMC was just very relatable, and she was socially awkward, I guess, and she had a problem with connecting with people. She was introverted. She was brilliant. She is a scientist, and the chemistry in this book was really good. This book was a bit slow, but in the best way. Like, the story was just very beautiful. And so the FMC was trying to find a cure for the plague, and during her research she found that the blood of a vampire could be the cure. I don't want to explain too much of the story because spoilers, but you need to read this. Okay, so the next book I read was Fourth Wing. I don't know how I've gone this long without reading this, but I finally did, and I pick my reads very carefully. I don't read a lot of books, but the ones I do, I try to research before starting a book because I just don't want to read things I don't like. Surprisingly, this month I just had all 5-star reads. Okay, so this book made me fall in love with dragons again. Last time I was into dragons was when I used to watch Dragon Tales. Also, I'm very surprised by the fact that I love the war college setting. I don't really enjoy reading about army or war stuff, but this was really amazing. I loved Violet. I know a lot of people don't like her or find her annoying, but I loved her. Taryn was amazing. Darna, of course, has my heart. Zayden. And many people hate Dane, but surprisingly, I didn't hate him at all. Like, he was annoying at points, he did some shady things, but still he wasn't the worst. Okay, for the next month, I'm gonna do a reread of The Nightborn Duet by Carissa Broadbent, the first 2 books in the Crowns of Nyaxia series, and I'm doing this because I just want to refresh my memory of Rain and Araya, and then of course I'm gonna read Iron Flame. I've already started this and I'm loving it so far. I can't wait to see where the things go. And then of course I'm gonna read Onyx Storm because I want to finish the series. And lastly, I'm gonna read this novella in the Crowns of Nyaxia series because again I want to finish it and move on with the rest of the series. So that was it. I hope you have a lovely reading month, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.